You've probably heard the saying, data is the new oil. Well, in the high-stakes race to build the next generation of electric and software-defined vehicles, that's never been more true. And one company has quietly built the entire pipeline for the whole industry.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into a company called MarkLines. You can think of them as the central nervous system of the entire automotive world. And just so you know, everything we're about to cover comes from an independent analysis by HDIN Research.
So how does a car actually get from a design on a computer screen to the showroom floor? Well, it's this incredibly complex web of data that connects every single component, every supplier, and every factory. And one company sits right at the very center of it all.
All right, so let's break it down. How exactly does MarkLines pull this off? How do they function as the industry's go-to intelligence hub?
At its core, it's a B2B subscription model. But what's really fascinating is how they've built this whole ecosystem around it. We're talking about 9 different business units that all feed into each other. It all starts with their main information platform, but then it branches out into all these other high-value services. Things like consulting, super detailed vehicle teardowns, and even a venture capital fund. They've basically got the entire automotive value chain covered.
And this really shows you where the money is. That core information platform, it's this massive database with everything from suppliers to production numbers. That alone brings in almost 69% of their recurring revenue. And that's from over 5,400 corporate clients all over the world. It is for sure their reliable cash cow.
But here's where things get interesting. After 2 decades of running this successful playbook, the company is making a pretty fundamental shift in its strategy.
So this is the big pivot. For the first time in 20 years, MarkLines is saying, okay, it's not just about getting more customers anymore. The new game is maximizing ARPU, that's average revenue per user. It's really all about earning more from the clients they already have. And honestly, this is a classic move for a mature software company. You stop chasing everyone and start focusing on providing more value for your best customers.
Now, a move like this isn't without consequences. This new focus, plus their first big price hike in 2 decades, did come at a cost. In 2025, they saw a net loss of about 140 corporate clients. But, and this is the key part, this wasn't an accident. It was a totally calculated move to let go of lower value accounts so they could double down on giving premium, high-value services to their core clients.
And this focus on deeper value isn't just happening on paper. It's backed by a really deliberate global expansion. The goal? To map the entire automotive supply chain all across the world. Just look at how they've played this out. They've been methodically planting hubs in all the key manufacturing zones. You've got Thailand back in 2013 to cover Southeast Asia, Germany in 2015 for Europe, then Mexico in 2022 for North America, and most recently, and this is a big one, an office in Shenzhen to keep a close eye on China's absolutely massive EV explosion.
And what does this global footprint get them? Well, it acts as a really powerful hedge. So while revenue in their home market of Japan saw a slight decline, just look at North America, up over 14%. That ability to balance a slump in one region with major growth in another, that really speaks to how resilient their global strategy is. So what's next? Well, looking ahead, MarkLines is using its biggest asset. We're talking 2 decades of data to build what you might call a nearly unbeatable competitive advantage, a real data moat. This all comes together with their new AI tool. They launched a beta version back in January 2026, and the plan here is really interesting. It starts as a simple tool to just pull data, but the end goal is to fuse it with their massive private database and turn it into what they're calling decision solutions, basically a predictive engine that helps their clients make smarter choices.
And this right here, this gets to the heart of their whole strategy. Their secret weapon isn't just the AI technology itself. It's the data the AI is trained on. You're looking at a closed loop of 20 years of proprietary information that nobody else has. It creates this deep data moat that competitors and, even the big general AI models out there simply can't cross.
So all this leads to a fundamental question for the next era of the auto industry. As cars become more and more like computers on wheels, the real value isn't just in the hardware anymore. It's in the data, the intelligence that makes it all work. The question is, who is going to own that intelligence? MarkLines is making a very big bet that it's going to be them, and the answer to that question will likely define the winners and losers of the next decade.